Okay, we are recording. Okay, so thanks for joining. We are going to talk about creating content for your social media platforms today, and a little bit, not a bunch of information, because I don't want to do information overload, and I want to save some time to do a training in Canva. So I just want to talk about what you should be doing and what you should not be doing on social media posts. A lot of times people will complain that they're not getting any engagement or, um, just interaction from the posts that they do post. And a big thing and reason behind that is because what they are posting is not necessarily engaging. For example, if you are in direct sales or you sell a product, and you post a picture of the product, I see this one happening all the time, and it's literally just an image of a product that you sell. And then, maybe that product is like being launched that day or whatever. And maybe it is something that you do want your people to know about. But if you just post a picture of the product without really any information, without a question that you're asking that's open ended, that will force people to respond, no one's going to do anything about it. They're going to say, oh, great. I see a whatever, I'll just say Color Street because I sell Color Street, oh, I see Color Street nails, but then like there's nothing, you, you as the poster are not engaging into your audience. You're not asking your audience any questions. They're not going to say anything because there's nothing to say. So that's a big thing that happens a lot on social media, is that we post just for the sake of posting and hope that somebody does something with it, when really it's not an engaging type of post. So that's something we want to keep in mind. And the things that we can post are going to be things not only for our business, products or services that we are selling, but things that are going to help our audience or our ideal client get to know us and help them or help us get to know them. They need to know that we care about them as a person, and they're not just a dollar sign, that they're going to be ordering from you or doing a service with you, and that's all you care about is the money and the transaction. You need to be building relationships with these people so that, one, if they don't buy from you, they need to know that you still like them, and it's fine if they stick around, because if they feel like they're only there because you're trying to sell to them, they're not probably gonna stick around, and they're probably not gonna want to be your friend if they feel like it's an icky transaction and that you're only talking to them because you want them to buy from you. So it's kind of like you have to do, sorry, I'm shedding. It's kind of like you have to warm them up to the idea of being able to work with you or buy from you before you ask that. So, just like when you meet somebody randomly on the street, you wouldn't be like, hey, Ashley, buy from me. I sell Color Street. They're so beautiful. And maybe they are beautiful, but that can't be the first thing that you're saying, because they're not going to do anything with that. They're going to be turned off by it, and they probably will never buy from you, and they'll probably delete you on social media, because there's so many people selling on social media, and there are a lot of people that will send really like cold, salesy, spammy copy and paste messages like that. Um, and it just leaves them feeling like they don't want to be part of that conversation. So most of the time what will happen is you'll get ghosted. Nobody's going to respond to you. If you do send it to someone who is a little bit more confrontational, they'll just say, hey, I'm not interested, like, no, thank you. And it's not really going to go anywhere. You haven't really built a relationship with that person. You've kind of stopped it from the get-go, where instead you should try to get to know them. Go to their Facebook wall, see what they talk about. Do they have kids? Do you have kids? Do you have things in common? Do you guys live in the same area? Do you, just look at their interests on their page, things that they're talking about. And then it's totally okay for you to go and send them a message then and say, hey, I saw that you have, whatever. I saw that you live in the Columbus area. I live in the Columbus area too. Like, how long have you lived here? Not trying to seek any like you're not trying to get anything out of it. You're just trying to get to know them. And so those sort of things is what you should also be doing within a Facebook group or, you know, social media platform where you are talking to your customer or audience. You should make them feel like you want to get to know them and help them get to know you, because you're a real person, and you should always be trying to brand yourself and not necessarily the company that you work for. So that also means like you should be showing your face, because people can relate to people and they want to see your face. They want to know that you're a real person. And so those are things to think about when you are posting and figuring out what to post. So does that make sense so far? Are we good, moving on from that topic? Yes. Okay. You're the only one I can see. So, okay. So once you know those things, then I think that it's important to know that you should, if you can, post a picture or a video of yourself. You should do that more often than not. If you can, that's what you need to be posting instead of doing a generic graphic type of post. And that's just because, like I just said, you know, people feel like they need to connect to you, and people aren't going to buy from you or do a service, like buy a service that you're providing, unless they feel like they can like you, or they already like you and they can trust you and they know you. So if those three things aren't happening, they're probably not going to reach out to you directly to buy something from you or pay for a service that you're providing. So that is something you need to keep in mind. And then the other thing is the 80-20 rule. And this is really only like, I feel like, Ashley, you're really good about like being intentional of your posts, and you don't want to be too salesy. And I try to be that way too. But I see a lot of people posting their salesy types of posts way too often. And that's another thing that's kind of like an icky transaction people really don't want to see. If you're always constantly posting about the products that you sell and pushing people to buy from you all the time, they're probably going to unfollow you, and they're probably going to not want to, hey mom, buy from you or pay for the service that you provide. Oh, she went away. I don't know what happened there. Okay, that was weird. So 80-20 rule. So that means out of 10 posts that you're posting, 8 of them should be not salesy at all. They should be value-based. It's still not connecting to the audio though. It's weird.
She was texting me. I don't know if she meant to join. She said she was busy, but well, she texted both of us.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that's fine. So anyway, so out of that 10 then posts, 8 should be non-salesy, value-based posts, and 2 of the 10 could be sales posts. So that doesn't mean that you can't post something about your business or about something that you sell or provide. It just means it shouldn't be an ask. So 2 of the 10 should be asks or offers. So for example, like Ashley, you're a photographer. So posting pictures of your, you know, photos that you've taken of people, doing that consistently all the time is totally fine, because you're not saying every single post, hey, I'm a photographer, please come take pictures with me. So it's not an ask, if that makes sense. And then providing value, could be anything that you feel like is helpful to your ideal client. So yes, you're a photographer, but you know, you take pictures of families, and you're branding. What are the 3 types of clients? I forget who your ideal client is.
Families, why am I families, children, or couples, families, and individual. Sorry.
Gotcha. It's okay. Okay. So, you know, the individuals, you want to focus on like branding photos and headshots. So something that you could be like a value-based post could be something directed at someone who is needing new headshots or branding photos. So you could talk about why branding photos or headshots are very important to have when you run a business online, because people need to see your face and people want to feel like they get to know you. So that could be a providing value. You're not pushing it as a service that you're asking them to book. You're just saying why it's important in today's day and age to have professional photos of yourself if when you run a business online. So that would be an idea that you could do. I know that you've done like selfie tips on your phone, which is a really good value based post. So you're just giving it without any expectation of getting anything in return. You're also a mom, so posting ideas about that are relatable to other moms. It could be, I don't know, mom hacks, life hacks, things that make life easier for you. Sharing any of those types of tips are going to be things that are going to be valuable to your audience. Terry, do you want me to come up with some examples for you? That would be like, sorry, what'd you say?
I think so. Yes. I was listening to what you were saying before, and I always get confused because with real estate, I've done that before, just trying to get to know them and people. When someone's looking, that sometimes they move quickly. You know what I mean? So I don't know how you handle that all the time. When you're just posting, that's fine. But like if you meet somebody that you hear talking about real estate, you don't really have a lot of time to just like try to build this relationship
I see
all the
what
time.
you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you're saying like in a one-on-one direct message sort of situation with someone, you feel like you have to immediately like try to get them to work with you and send them like listings or whatever so that you don't lose them as a potential client because they might go with someone else quickly, is what you're saying?
Yes, if you know they are interested in, like you hear from somebody, oh, let's even take for example, was it your brother-in-law or somebody? Or you hear somebody like somewhere they say that, like, the market, the way the market is, the way people are, they're like, oh, I'm just looking. And then you're like, okay, you don't bother them too much. I've done that before. And then 3 months later, they bought a house. So
right.
it's
And
like,
then you're like, oh, they didn't use me.
yeah, because I didn't really pursue them. I was waiting for them. I would, send them a little this, make a little contact. It's different than, so I don't know how to work that. I definitely need help in that area. Yeah.
So I think when it comes to social media, you should still be providing as much value as possible so that when someone does think of buying or selling a house, they think of you because you are putting yourself out there and you are constantly, showing up on social media and you are, providing value. So when they're like, oh, well, I need to sell a house. Oh, Terry's a realtor. So then they'll think of you. But as far as when you start the actual one-on-one communication with someone that is looking to buy, it is absolutely okay to say in the first conversation, because I'm guessing you probably message back and forth for a while, like on Messenger or whatever, and you get their phone number, they get yours or whatever. And so then the next step would be to say, you know, is it okay to set you up with a listing so that you get an email with all the available houses that have the search criteria that you're looking for? Like that is okay. You shouldn't not be saying that. If they've gotten to the point where you are having that one-on-one conversation, you should absolutely bring that up because you're right. If not, they'll just go to someone else. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Thank you.
And so I think a way that you could do that, Terry, is like if you have someone that's commenting, like say you posted something, that I know it was a listing or something that you have posted on your Facebook wall, and somebody comments and says like, oh, this house is beautiful or whatever. So immediately you want to reply, not immediately, it doesn't have to be as soon as they do it, but you do want to reply to their Facebook comment and say, something relatable to what they said. So if they are saying the house is beautiful, say, totally agree, this one's not gonna, be on the market long or whatever. Don't try to sell them on the house in the comment reply, but see if they're actually interested or if they're just saying, oh, this is a really pretty house. And then what you can do is then you can send a private message to any of those people that made comments on that post and say, hey, you know, Megan, I saw that you posted on a post that I made about a house for sale right now. If you are in the market to buy, I would love to work with you. I can set you up with a free listing that you would just get to your email inbox. Would you like to set that up? Something short and sweet. You don't want to like word vomit them and send them like 3 paragraphs of information, because then they're not going to read that and they're probably just going to be annoyed. But if it's someone that's commented on your thing first and they started the conversation, even if it's just through a Facebook post, I think it's totally okay to then go in and send them a message and ask them if you can start a listing for them. Is that something that's helpful? Do you feel like that is something that you're not doing that you could be doing?
Yeah, that, I mean, just like you said, just kind of short and sweet and give them that option. Like, would it be okay? You know, you're not really asking them to commit. You're just asking them. Yeah, that's good.
Exactly. And these are already people that you already have a relationship that you're working on, because they're already your Facebook friend. They've already replied on a post or a comment. You didn't cold message them. You're messaging them and following up with them because they commented on your post about a house for sale. So it doesn't start off as like an icky cold message sort of situation. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna do, I don't know what time it is. What time is it? Oh, 1:50. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and show you guys a couple of Canva tips, because I recently just kind of figured out an easier way to do some things in Canva. So Ashley, I feel like this will be helpful to you, hopefully. Terry, I'm assuming you do not know what Canva is, or do you know what it is?
I do know.
Don't use it?
Yes, I know what it is. I just don't exactly know. It's not real iPad friendly, but it
Okay, what about on a desktop? Have you ever tried it on a computer versus an iPad?
no.
No. Okay, so what'd you say?
I have tried it on my Chrome computer, but I mean, I've done very little.
Okay.
But yeah,
So
I like to learn.
okay, so Canva, it's just canva.com, or there is a free app on your phone for Android and Apple. And the computer usually just has more options. I prefer doing it on the computer if I can, because there's a lot more you can do with it on the computer versus on your phone. There is a free version, and the free version has a lot of options that you can still be able to use it in many ways with the free version. So do not feel like you have to immediately sign up for the pro version. I recently did, only because I started to I wanted to use the features that were only on the pro option. But it's very user-friendly and still a lot of options in the free option. So this is what it looks like. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what it looks like. I'm already logged in. This is me over here. So it tells me that I'm logged in. And what I wanted to show you first, before we get into a couple things, is that there's something over here called a brand kit on the far left. So once you're logged in, you can click on this and you can upload your logos and your brand colors. So I actually have my sisters in here right now because I was working on some stuff for her. So I want to show you how to do this and then why it's important to have this filled out in Canva. So you click on this plus sign down here, and this gives you the option to add your brand color, or you can type out the color if you know the number specifically. So we're going to close that out. I didn't mean to add that. So these are her 3 branding colors. So we have them already added in here. And then these are some of her logos. So if you have more, you just hit the plus sign. You can upload them from your computer. You have them in here, and it's called your brand kit. This is available on the free option. So you can upload all of your colors and your logos, and it makes creating graphics easy peasy, seriously. So do that first. Add things into your brand kit. And then once you have that there, I'm going to show you how you can take, actually, let me go home, how you can easily create graphics. So what I want to do is, here we go. So there's this thing up here at the top called templates. And there are going to be more options with the pro version if you are paying for it, but there are still some templates that are free. So we'll just say, for example, we're going to do a, like there's Instagram stories, which is really cool for you to do because it'll have it sized for a story. So that's a great thing to do. So maybe we'll just look at this. Okay, so these are all Instagram story templates. So as you can see here, it's sized perfectly for a story. It's that long picture. And so if you can just scroll through and say, okay, well, I want to post, let's see, like this one, for example, we'll do the testimonial. Okay, so say you want to post a testimonial to your story and you're like, okay, I like this layout. I'm going to do this one. So two things. First, you can hit the heart button and it's going to add it to your likes. Or you can just click on it and it's going to open it up. So I want to show you how to go to your likes so that you can find it. Except now I can't remember how to get there. Okay. Let's see. Where were we? Instagram story. Okay, I'm trying to add it back. There, view. Okay, so when it pops up, you can hit view. Oh, okay, it's in folders on the bottom or on the left. So you would go to all your folders and then likes. Okay, so here is where your likes are. So I'm going to click on it because I want to use this one. So I'm going to show you how once you click on it and then you want to say use this template. So if I go over here to the left, can you guys see my mouse? Okay, I'm going to click on styles. And then here's that brand kit that we talked about. So it has all of your fonts, Ashley, since I'm using yours, and your colors already in here. So what I can do is I can literally click right here on these colors, and it's going to give me I can hit it again to say shuffle, like, oh, I don't really like how that is, but like, there we go. All three of those options are matching her branding colors. And then if I click this, it changes the fonts to match her fonts as well, with literally 2 clicks. And then we can go over to the picture and we can say, okay, well, let's say this guy is the one who did it. So we just literally click and drag and drop him over there. And now obviously she'll have to change the wording, but she's got a testimonial she can add to her story literally in under 2 minutes. So easy peasy. Was that helpful to you, Ashley? Did you know how to do any of that stuff before? Do you want me to unmute you?
Oh, I got it. No, so I've never done, the only thing I've done in Canva is like a birthday party invite or just like a graphic about a mini session or something. So that's super, super helpful. So I need to go save, I have some brand stuff, but I need to go, you probably have more of my brand stuff in yours. So I need to save it in my Canva, but that was super helpful. And now moving forward, I can literally just change it out every week or every time.
Yes, so like now she has a template to use for testimonials. So Terry, this could be really good for you too, because you have the same format that's on branding for what your branding colors are. And then each time someone else writes you a review, you can just drop in their picture, change the text to whatever they said, change their name and save it. And boom, you've got a whole nother one. And then each time you save a testimonial or share it on your platforms or on your stories, it's always going to match your brand. So I did want to show you that. Now I've had some notes here. I want to see if there was anything else in Canva that I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, I did want to do one other thing. Okay, so I'm going to show them, well, you and Terry, ones that I created for your, okay, so I created, this is a template that has 7 graphics in one file. So basically how you can do that is at the top of each, I gotta move my window. There we go. Can you see this right here? Okay, so if you click add page, it's going to add a page to this file. So there were 7 pages. Now, if you look down here, there's 8 pages. So if I want to continue on and add something that goes along with this theme, you can just add it to this file. And then when you download them, you download all 8 graphics at the same time instead of having to individually save them down. And it's a good way to, like, if you have different themes or like if you have daily themes that you're using for posting, or maybe you do your entire weeks of theme or posts in one document like this. And then so next week you would go in and you could create a copy of it, which I'll show you how to do that. You hit file here and then hold on, make a copy right here. And then this makes a duplicate copy of your templates that you have so that you can change them the next week, drop pictures out and redo them and just keep using them so that your stuff always matches the same brand. So like say, you know, this is a motivational Monday quote that she has. So say she wants to change this up and to put in a new quote. I don't know, what's that Marilyn Monroe quote about breaking the rules or
well-behaved women rarely make history, that one.
yeah.
Nick says it's true. I just want a side note on this. So I've already, I don't know if this is helpful for Terry or anybody when they watch it back. But so you sent me these yesterday. I already, with today being Sunday, the very first scheduled one was Sunday. So I went in Facebook and saved all, first I saved every template, plugged them all in. So I have literally today, which I already did the Sunday one, but through Saturday, ready to go and scheduled. I had to do nothing except if you wanted to change some wording around or something like that, but I didn't have to do anything. And then I've already started working on swapping out for the following week. So it was literally like, I don't want to ever not have you do it again because it made it my life so much easier.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. And that's exactly what my goal is. So for example, if we change that quote here, this little option here, this is called notes. So I like to use these because, like, especially because I was doing them for someone else. So I created to go with her other quote that we had in there. That's what this text went with. So we're like right here, we would just change this out, and say something relevant to what the quote is. We're talking about, not following the rules, and you could basically make it say, I don't know, I can't come up with something at the drop of a hat. Anyways, whatever you wanted to say, you can put that there. You could literally just copy the quote and you could say this, this would be your post for Monday. You would just copy this, and then you would, when you have your graphics saved down, and you would be able to schedule your content out ahead of time, and it just makes life so much easier. So that is the notes. I wanted to show you the notes feature as well. And I'm not going to save this because I sent you the link to the template, so I don't want it to mess up what you already have. So we're just going to go back out.
I have a question.
Yeah. Terry, what's up?
Oh, okay. So when you're doing this and you have the templates or the newsletter, I'm on it. I mean, I didn't see the one on Instagram, but anyways, where do you get the pictures from? Like, they're not already stored in there. Do I have to have them? You either have to go out and get them from somewhere, or they have to be on your computer,
That's a good question. Okay, so for these specific ones that I did, I was making it very customized to Ashley's business. And so I used photos of her and her branding photos, her logos, like these are pictures of us because that went with what the content was. So I saved the photos to my computer and then I upload them here in this upload section. You click on upload media and then device, and then you can choose from your computer what you want to upload. So
Right.
like, for example, we'll just choose this one of her and Luxon when he was a super chunky baby. Okay, so I'm going to open that and then it downloads it or uploads it up here. If you can see where my mouse is. And so now it's in my media. And so if I want to change a post out, like for example, let's just say she wants to change this one to this one of her and Lux, then you click on it. I'm holding down my mouse and I'm dragging it over and it pops it into that little photo spot. And then you double click here to change the words. Actually, Take Me Back works well with this photo too, because it's a throwback photo from when he was a baby. So she could leave that or she could change the wording to whatever. And now she still has another post that goes along with the branding that she's trying to convey on her social media platforms, and literally just had to swap out a photo and maybe change the wording when she goes to post it. And that's it. Does that answer your question, Terry?
Okay. Yes.
Are those lines on there intentional?
They are. They go along with this theme.
Okay.
Like if you can see here, they're in this one. And so it just goes along with the template that I chose and kept copying. Okay. You can always remove them. You can just click on it like this and then hit delete up here, and then it would move that line if you don't like it.
So I mean, I know people do this all the time, and that's what I'm not good at. But so when they're doing, if you don't have the photos, I mean, I don't want them to be of me. I want them to be of homes, or I want them to be of.
I was just about to show you.
I don't really know how to go out and find photos like on Pinterest.
Okay, so let me show you, Terry. There's free photos inside of Canva. So here is where I uploaded pictures of my own that I want to use. That's what I just showed you. But if I want to use the photos from Canva, I'm going to click on photos right here. And then I could literally type in, like, for example, say you want houses. You just type in the word house and you're going to get a bunch of options. So see the word free right here on all the bottom of these pictures. So free means this is a free photo that you can use if you have the free version. These ones that say pro means you have to have the pro version to use those ones.
Okay.
So that's the difference. So like, because I have the paid pro version, I can use this pro one if I want. Trying to click on it. Oh, hold on, there we go. I could use this and I could drop it in and use it because I have the pro version, but you'll want to look for the words that say free. So yeah, house, like if you could even be specific and say house with a pool, maybe you want over the summer, you want to do value posts about, enjoying family time around the pool, especially with the pandemic and pools being closed and all of those things. You could find a house with a pool and you could use that in your graphic. There's literally so many options. So like I just typed front door. Okay, so this is going to give you options that have
how cool.
A house with a front door. Now, like a lot of these are pro version, but like this one's free. The free ones are going to be, not as many options, obviously, because they want you to pay for their service, but there are still some options. Like this one's free. There was this doormat. This is that's a great photo to use for content on social media, talking about, your doorstep. You could say like, what does your doormat say? Is literally something that simple. Or, what was the first thing you bought when you bought your house? When you got the keys to your house, was it a doormat? Was it a coffee pot? Any sort of engaging question that's going to get conversation going would be really helpful. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Terry.
No, that's okay. Go ahead. I mean, no, go ahead.
I don't really remember what I was going to say, but I'm just going to look at my notes again. So after you have these created, okay, I would go over here to this little down arrow button. This means download. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to choose PNG file type is what you usually want to do. You could do a JPEG, but the PNG is going to be the highest quality of image. So you're going to choose that and then you're going to hit download. And it's going to download them all to my computer in a zipped file because I have more than one image. Now, if it was just one image, it would just download the one image and it wouldn't be a zipped file. And I don't know if you know what that means, but I'm going to show you, Terry, what that would mean. So like here, it's all in this zipped file. So I would click on this and then I would right click and I would hit extract all of the files. And then it's going to create and open up a new folder. And so here we go. We see all of those graphics.
We can't see, sis. I can't see what you're doing.
Oh, you can't anymore?
No.
Never mind. Thank you.
I think it's just hit X on that, maybe. On the you saved your design. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see now? Can you see the folders?
At the bottom. No.
You can't. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Hold on. Okay. Now can you see the folder?
I don't know. I think so.
Yes. Okay. So it opened a folder that shows you all 7 images that we downloaded. So then from here is where you could easily use these to upload to Instagram, Facebook, you know, in a group on your page, whatever, wherever you want to use it, or you can attach it into an email. I mean, whatever you want to use them for, depending on what you're using the graphics for. But so even though these are all graphics, they're all still showing her face or clients' faces, you know, photos that she's taken of people. They're showing her, you know, some of them have Luxon in them. So like it's showing her family, even though we're making graphics, we're still making them so personalized that she's still being the face of her business through the graphics. Does that make sense? It's not a generic graphic that doesn't tell anybody anything about her. So that is pretty much what I wanted to share about Canva and about, I'm going to hit stop sharing real quick.
Do you have it written down by any chance? Probably not.
I don't, but I recorded this.
Oh, good.
So I can send you the recording. And also I am going to, I wanted to do this training and also talk to you guys about something that I am going to be doing that I am going to announce in a few days, but I wanted to offer it on here first. I'm going to be actually creating a package for creating your content for you, like everything that we just went over. If it is something that's just very overwhelming for you to do, I could do exactly what I did for Ashley by creating custom graphics that go along with your brand, your branding colors, and basically create templates for you so that you can go in and you would have 7 days of content already planned out with a graphic and text to go with it. And then you could just reuse the templates. You could easily switch them out and use them going forward in your business so that all of your graphics now are aligned with your brand. So Terry, you and I can talk about this more, and we need to talk anyway about, you know, working together again. So this is definitely something that I can do for you. I know that technology overwhelms you. So honestly,
yeah, I'm on this page and it looks easy, but I've already lost everything that I was looking. I mean, I'm already like, I had a template on here and I can't find it. So
can you share your screen or
it just frustrates? Well, I know my work she sent us something like that was real easy. And she's like, here, all you have to do is plug in your stuff. But I found it and now I lost it. But yeah, I think it'd be better if you helped me with it.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested in knowing your package and us talking. Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, I will definitely talk with you more about it. Because yeah, I can help you
Okay.
actually with posting them too for you and getting everything scheduled out for you. But this specific package is only going to be creating the 7 days of content with a graphic and text to go with your graphic so that you can have 7 days of content planned out for you so that you can easily post them and reuse the templates. And I'm going to be charging $75 to do that for you because I'm going to be doing, not for you specifically, Terry, but for anyone that wants to work with me, I'm going to not only do the templates that are very customized to your brand with your photos, but I'm also going to, like I said, it'll include what you need to post with it. And I'm going to do a 15-minute phone call with you so that I can really get to know your business and you as a brand to help me figure out what sort of post to do. And I'll also do a training video on Canva to send you that shows you how to easily swap out and use the templates going forward. So that's what the package is. But we can talk because we're doing the virtual assisting anyway. So that can be something that that's included in what we decide on doing. Not as a separate package, if that's making sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. So
for me, thank you.
You're welcome. So that's what I wanted to share. I'll go ahead and send this out to Alex and Mom if she wants it too. And then if you need help with Canva, let me know, Terry. We can definitely schedule a time to talk and go over some more ideas.
Okay, can you send me this too? I just liked it to write.
Yeah.
I was trying to listen instead of taking notes. All the time I try to take notes and then I really miss out when I'm taking notes and not looking. So
yeah, I should have said that from the beginning. I'm sorry. That way you didn't have to stress about doing that. But yes, I'll send it to you. I'm writing it down now so that I don't forget to send it to you.
Hey, Ashley. Oh no, never mind. We're on
Here,
recording.
let me hit record. I'll stop the recording and then you can.
Okay.
Okay, hold on one second.